Hello, welcome back to VA Creative. This week I'm coming at you with 3 super mixed media tags. Don't worry, the gel print video is coming next week, so if you haven't, please leave your favorite color combinations in the comment section below. Y'all, I found these. I am so freaking excited. I've seen a couple of people have used these over the past couple of years. I have been scouring the interwebs trying to figure out where people were getting these paper dolls. I finally found the Etsy shop yesterday. I was so excited. I printed out a couple on brochure paper, which is basically just super glossy paper. And as you can see, I have cut some out in preparation for this video. I'm really kind of plain, but I do have an idea of what I want. As you can see, I'm starting off by using a craft tag. This is unusual for me because I hate craft paper. In fact, if you go back and look at my Instagram, I think there is one other tag I have done on craft paper, but I do like anything white on craft paper. So as I said, I have a plan, and up until this moment, everything is going according to it. I am a minute and a half into making this tag, and this is where things go horribly awry. So I don't clean my stamps, and as you can see, this is what happens when someone doesn't clean them. I just don't. It's not that I intentionally don't clean them. I just get caught up in the art of creating, and I get super frustrated when I have to stop my process and then perform maintenance on my craft supplies. So as you can see, because I don't clean them, it's not this pretty white that I was hoping. So what I'm going to try to do is go over it with some paint. Now this is the only time I ever clean. I'll stop doing what I'm doing to clean the stamp. I am going to test it out first because, as I said, things have already started to go awry. Clearly, that didn't work either. So now all of my plans are completely out the window. I have no idea what I'm going to do. So I've decided just to switch gears. I'm going to Tim gun it, and I'm just going to make this work. I did think it was kind of interesting what was happening, so I was like, well, since I haven't cleaned the stamp, maybe I should just work with it and see what happens. So I'm going to put down some more white paint over those Dina Wakley stamps, only this time I've actually cleaned the stamp enough that all you're really going to see is white paint. I see that here, and now I don't know what I'm going to do. So I'm really digging the top part, but the bottom didn't work. So I'm cleaning the stamp. I've learned my lesson. And now I have to figure out how to make this work. I do know that Dina Wakley's gloss sprays will typically resist each other and acrylic. Those are my thinking fingers. And this is how I decided to fix it. I have torn just a random piece of copy paper to use as a mask, and I am squirting the left side of said tag just so I have a little bit of definition. I am going to set that off to the side to dry, and I'm going to start working on our second tag, the background. Actually, not the actual tag, it's the background. Anyway, so I'm thinking that, because I said I had a plan, by plan I really meant like color scheme. I knew that I wanted some different colors. So I have some of those infusions and the gloss spray in Gilt. I wasn't really getting the effect that I got last week when I tried this out, so I'm going to add a little bit more, and then I'm going to hit it with water because I did do that last week, and that pulls out a little bit more of the infusions. So I'm digging what's going on. I decided not to mess with it anymore. I'm just going to scooch it off to the side to dry. I'm going to go back and start working on the background. I have that same Dina Wakley stencil from last week that I still do not know the name of yet. Check the description box below for a list of the full supplies. I'm using my trusty finger, and I'm applying some distress glaze in random places through the stencil because I know through experimentation that Dina Wakley's gloss sprays will resist this glaze. And they'll resist each other, typically anyway, but the glaze will actually get me a more defined resist, and you can see that here in a second. So I am using the spray in Apricot, and I'm just going to give that a good healthy squirt. That's from her new release. I am finding that I really enjoy the fluidity of the new gloss sprays, in case anyone was wondering. I do have some surplus, so I'm going to stamp that off on another tag. Didn't anticipate that coming out so well. That's okay. There's going to be a cast change here in a little bit, but you'll see that. So this is a collage paper. I'm experimenting with a random art supply, and I'm trying to make some type of glass scene. That'll be coming in a future video. I got a couple of kinks I got to work out with it before I actually make a video explaining the process, but I did want to take it for a trial run today to see if it will work like how I think it's going to. And so far it is. I have some turquoise that I'm applying on the back side of it. You guys just wait. I think it'll probably roll out here in the next couple of weeks. Definitely after that gel print video that I was talking about last week. So now we're going back to the tag. I'm going to start finishing it off. I am going to take a piece of book paper that is just a little bit too brown for what I got going on. So to fix that, I am going to start applying layers of thin white gesso until I get the white that I want. It looks like I've achieved that. So, now I am brushing off that glaze. You can see it's kind of beaded up in those spots where the glaze was, and that tells me where I had it. I think it gives a really cool resist look that you can't really get just by mixing her gloss sprays together. So now we're going to assemble the first tag. Sorry, I know that this video is choppy, but it's because I was playing, and like I said, the only plan I really had was, the color choices for each of the tags. So I have previously cut out this little paper doll. We're going to get him glued down. I'm deciding what else I want to add. I dug through my little stash and I found a previously cut out stamped. That graphic art I think is perfect for this little person. I love it. Oh, I love these tags. I'm having so much fun. This is where that cast change happens, because as much as I really like that, like I had said earlier, didn't anticipate that stamped off right there to look that good. So at the last minute, I decided to switch it out. So now I have taken the previously sprayed little piece of paper that has that Gilt and that Infusions on it, which has now dried, and I'm going to use that to start building up my background. The homemade glassine has dried as well, and now I'm going to start putting everything together. So, as if I hadn't already learned my lesson about cleaning my stamps, I guess the crafting gods just wanted to reinforce it, because I had forgotten that I had not cleaned this stamp yet either. So after I get this little piece of texture paper glued down, I'm going to find this out the hard way. And again, I'm just going to go with it. So you'll see I'm using that Stazon-mustard yellow, and there's this weird brown color, and I don't know what's happening. And this is when I realize that I need to clean the stamp. So my takeaway from all of this is clean your things. It just makes crafting so much easier. I'm just going to have to suck it up and do it. So I'm adding just a few circles just to give it just a little bit more interest. And you can see after I cleaned it, we get a more authentic yellow. I have taken that turquoise and I've trimmed it down just a little bit so I have a little bit of variation in the design. And you can see that glassine it's actually doing what I was hoping it was going to do. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to show you guys how to do it. So I have my second little paper doll all glued down, well, cut out and glued down. I love the fact that the heads are so big. I know that seems weird, but I really dig it. These giant disproportionate heads, which usually stuff like that freaks me out, but in this instance, I'm absolutely loving it. Now we have to go back to that first tag that I had honestly just been putting off this whole time, because the reason I wanted to stamp to begin with is I was trying my darndest to avoid having to pull out my embossing stuff. I don't like fooling with embossing powder. I typically get it everywhere. I am known to spill things. And it's like once that stuff gets down anywhere in my crafting area, I can't get it up. It's like glitter. Like the only solution is to just burn your whole house down and start over, because it's just, you're never going to get it up. So anyway, I did successfully get it embossed with white embossing powder, and I'm adding just a little bit of some black, because I'm looking at the paper doll that I had picked for this particular tag and realizing it's a little more stark white than what I had remembered. So I am using some cut out images from the Dina Wakley digital download that she gave to people in her Facebook subscribers. Are you guys a member of that? Because it's really awesome. I forgot to show you the digital download, but if you go over to my Instagram, you can see some of the things that I've made with it. It's super cool, and it was free. It's part of her subscriber club. Not that I'm like advertising for her. She doesn't even know who I am. Anyway, I'm adding just a little bit more black directly onto the craft tag, because it felt unfinished. And those are just torn pieces from her collage collective. No, not collage collective, just from her collage paper. I'm going to add one at the bottom so that there's kind of, you know, some type of flow through it. I guess that's the technical term. Then I'm going to use my tiny attacher to attach this sentiment, and I want to be able to see the paper clips. That was deliberate. So here are our finished tags. I think in the history of this channel, this is the first time I don't have a favorite. I like all of them, which never happens. But if you guys do have a favorite, be sure to leave it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know that this video was a little bit all over the place and more chatty than usual. If you would like to see more content like this, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Hey, here's some more videos that you might like, and please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so that you can see more of my content.